Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at the Apple AirTags. Now, this is not going to be a full-blown review. There's a ton of videos out there that go really in depth into how the AirTags works. This is more my opinion on it. As the title says, I picked it up, so you don't have to. So I want to go ahead and give you my opinion. Then maybe that'll influence you whether you want to buy it or not. So I think this is a great example of what Apple does, which is they create a need for something. I think the majority of people are not going to need the AirTags. If you have not been using something like this in the past, then you're not going to need it. But because it is Apple, and if you are part of the Apple ecosystem, you might end up picking it up and start using it, hence how they create a need for it. So if you guys don't know, the AirTags is just a way of locating something that you might have misplaced. So if you put it around your keys, you can go ahead and find your keys. If you hang it from a bag and you lose your bag, somebody steals it, you leave it somewhere, you can go ahead and find your bag. So that's pretty much what it is. There's obviously other companies out on the market that have been doing this for years. This is just Apple's take on it. And while it might not be something that everybody uses or has a need for, it works very, very good. I've been testing this one for about a week now, and I've been pretty impressed with the way that it works as far as what it's supposed to do. It does it very well. So I was at my local Walmart, and I noticed that they had these in the case, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Now, if you guys don't know, the AirTag actually comes in two packaging types. You can either buy a single AirTag for $29.99 or a 4-pack for $99.99. So obviously, if you're going to need 4 of them, that would be the better, cheaper route to take. And if not, you just pick one up, and there you go. So it comes in this box right here, standard Apple packaging, with just the AirTag and some information in there. Now, the AirTag itself does not have a way of attaching it to anything else. So there's no loops or anything like that you can attach a carabiner or a lanyard to it. So you're going to need something if you're going to be attaching it to either your keys or hanging it from a bag or something like that. And Apple does sell a couple different accessories. I picked this one up. This is their leather keyring. Comes in a couple different colors. This one, obviously, as it states, it is the leather one. I believe this one was about $35. So again, the combo wasn't too bad. If you're going to pick up these two, you're looking at right around $65, $68 with the taxes. But they do have other options. They have a silicone band one, which I decided was kind of toying between this one or that one. The reason that I went with this one is because it's obviously a lot easier to put it on a set of keys than a long loop if you were to have to attach it to a key ring that you already have in your keys. So if I want to attach this to a bag, then obviously all I have to do is put a carabiner through it and go ahead and do that. So that is the packaging. I'll go ahead and show you guys the actual AirTag and the key ring here. So we'll take a look at the AirTag first. At first glance, it looks really nice. It has this nice shiny polished side here, plastic side, and in the back you just have the aluminum side there. It's about the size. It's a little bit bigger than a US quarter, but not too much. So if you guys are familiar with the size of that, that's the size of it. At first glance, when I first saw it, it reminded me of a big Mentos. You guys know what Mentos look like. It just looks like a big Mentos. And it's not very thick, but I almost wish that it was a little bit thinner, maybe just kind of like the white portion there. Just because if I wanted to drop this into like a wallet, it would be a lot easier if it was that much thinner. Obviously, this is the first iteration of the AirTag. Maybe in the future, Apple will be able to get it a little bit slimmer. It is designed to be able to unscrew so you can get to the battery if you need to replace it, which is nice. Obviously, if you're going to be using it a lot, then you're going to go through the battery. So it's always good that you can replace it yourself. As I mentioned, there is no way of actually attaching this to something else besides just dropping it into a pocket or a bag or something like that. So that is where the keyring option comes in. So this one being the leather keyring. It looks really nice, very high quality. It's just got a button clasp right here, which you unbutton, and then just slide the AirTag right in there, and then just button it back up. And there it is, So you have this nice flat key ring, which I do prefer over the round ones, and it is a pretty large size, which is good. So you can easily, attach this to your keys. But like I mentioned, if you want to go ahead and throw it onto a bag, you can just put a carabiner through it and clip it onto the bag, and there you go. So I would normally not have a use for this. I'm not the type of person that loses my items. My keys, I always kind of put them in the same spot. They go in the same pocket every day. My bags, I always keep track of it. But if you have used other type of devices like this in the past, then and you are in the Apple ecosystem, then you might want to go ahead and check it out, because I think it does what it's supposed to do. It does very well. So let me go ahead and show you guys a quick preview of that. Alright guys, so the AirTags uses the Find My app on your iPhone to be able to locate the AirTag itself, and it does a really good job at it. As you guys can see, I'm a bit zoomed out. I live in Central Florida, so it's locating me right there. When you set up the AirTag, it's really easy. You just kind of hold it next to the phone finds it. You name it, so mine's called My Test Tag right there, and then you assign an emoji to it. So I assigned the little guy with the glasses there. And then, when you want to go ahead and track it, you can just go right here into the Find My app. There's a couple different ways. You do have the ability to play a sound. So if, let's say, you lost your keys and you're kind of looking for them, so you just hit that. And as you guys can see, it starts beeping. That way you can follow the sound and maybe find your keys. If they fell like in between the couch cushions or something like that, then that's it. After 3 beeps, it kind of stops, but you can always continue to press it until you go ahead and find it. Now, obviously, one of the other ways is if you are looking for it, you can go ahead and do the find, and it says find nearby. So when you turn that on, it'll start looking for it. And obviously, it says that it's here because I'm right next to it here. But I'll give you a quick look at that. If I start moving away from it, obviously I'm moving my phone away. You see that it starts increasing the distance. So it's saying that I am 1.6 feet away from it, but it is nearby. Now, if I was any further, then it would actually show me via an arrow which way to go. And then you do have some haptic feedback as you're tracking and trying to get closer or further away from it. If you go too far, it'll tell you to turn left or turn right until you get to it, which is really nice. So again, as you get closer, you see there, the distance starts diminishing, and now it tells you that you're here. And in the screen, you can go ahead and use the sound notification as well. So if you hit that little speaker button there it goes. It starts making its noise, and it's found it. So I think it's doing a great job at what it's supposed to be doing, which is locating whatever you have the AirTag assigned to or hooked onto. So if you have it onto your keys or you have it onto a bag or something like that, the Find My app is going to do a great job at finding that. A couple more things on the app right here is obviously if you do lose it, you can go ahead and turn on lost mode. So by turning on lost mode, it will let the AirTag know that whatever this is attached to is lost, and then which is where the beauty of the AirTags through Apple's ecosystem shines is basically anybody with an iPhone. You don't have to download any apps or anything like that. You just have to have an iPhone. Will be able to ping this device, and that's how you'll be able to go ahead and find it. Look through it and stuff like that. You will get notifications also. So if somebody finds it, you can put in your phone number there, so they can call you when they find it and stuff like that. And you'll get notified, whenever it's pinging it or somebody finds it. So as I mentioned, my opinion of the AirTag is it's definitely not something that the majority of people are going to need unless you are already using something like this. If you're the type of person that always loses your keys or is worried about losing your items and stuff like that, more than likely you are already using some sort of technology similar to this. So if you are in the ecosystem, the Apple ecosystem, then this is a no-brainer. You want to pick one of these up because it takes advantage of the fact that ecosystem is so much broader, so much bigger, and you don't have to have any particular apps or any specific apps downloaded on your phone. You just have to have an iPhone to be able to locate if the AirTag is lost. If not, obviously the majority of people, they might think twice about picking it up unless you want to pick it up just to see what it's like. So kind of like what I did. Then, for $29 for the AirTag, and then, whatever attachment tool you find, if it's the Apple ones, or there's a lot of third-party companies that are coming out with similar products like this. You want to pick something up like that just to kind of test it out for yourself, then hey, maybe you end up putting it and you like it, and there you go. It's a small investment to be able to do that, and you can go ahead and test it out for yourself. So there it is. That was just a quick look at the Apple AirTags with the leather key ring, specifically from Apple. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.